Welcome back to the operating system playlist. Today we are going to discuss about the preemptive version of the priority algorithm, or we can say preemptive priority algorithm. So let us consider the given example. There are the four process P1, P2, P3 and P4 whose arrival time is given 0, 2, 3, 5 respectively, and here is the burst time, and this is the priority column. So 3 has the highest priority, and then 2, 1 and then 0 simply. So we do all the scheduling process using the Gantt chart. So as according to the arrival time of process P1 is 0, so it is carried out process P1, so till 2. So till the unit 2 the process P2 is arriving, so process P2 is arriving for 1, so that till the 3 the process P3 is arriving. And when the process P3 is arriving for the or we can say carried out for the 2 units till 5, so all the arriving time is done. And at the same time we have to keep tracking that how many units of work have already done. So here is 2, so this is 8, and in the case of P2 is 1, so this is 4, and in the case of P3 there is 2, so this is 0. Now this is the normal question, or we can say non-preemptive priority algorithm that we have discussed in the previous video. So this is now a simple question of non-preemptive priority. So you have to just check who has the highest priority. So P4 has the highest priority, so process P4 is carried out. So process P4 is carried out for 20 units. So here is 20, so 5 plus 20 is 25. Now after it, who has the order? So process P1 has highest priority, so process P1 is carried out for 8 unit. So P1 is carried out for 8 units, so 25 plus 8 is 33. Now who is remaining one process? Remaining one process is process P2, so process P2 is carried out for the 4 unit. So P2 is carried out for the 4 unit, so final answer is your 37. For checking that our Gantt chart is right or wrong, we can calculate the sum of burst time, which is equal to 37, or our last answer is 37. So it means we are doing and we are going in the right path. So using this we have to just check our completion time. So completion time of P1 is 33, completion time of P2 is our 37, and the completion time of P3 is your 5, simple 5, and the completion time of P4 is 25. And we know that the value of the TAT is CT minus arrival time, and the waiting time is the TAT minus burst time. So CT minus 80, so 33 minus 0 is 33, 35 minus is 2 is 35, 5 minus 3 is 2, and 25 minus is 5 is your 20 simply. And if I find out the waiting time is equal to TAT minus burst time. So TAT is 33 and burst time your 10, your original value. You won't check this after the changing video, you have to check your original value of burst time. So that was the 10, so 10, so 33 minus 10 is your 23, 35 minus 5 is 30, 2 minus 2 is your 0, and 20 minus 20 is your 0. So now simply you have all the values, and you can easily find out the average of TAT and waiting time. So your final answer of average of the TAT time is 22.5 minutes, and sorry, meter second and millisecond, sorry, and the average of waiting time is 13.25 millisecond. So this is how you can use easily and can do this question. And you have to do simple one thing is that finally first you check the arrival time, then when all the processes arrive, then your question will become in simple non-preemptive priority, or using the non-preemptive priority algorithm you can do simply that question who has highest priority, do first, and you have to do this. At the same time you have to check that how many unit of work have already done, and simply you can solve this question using this video. I hope you understood.